Hello everyone, I'm Peter, and in previous videos I explained you how to set up an automated invoicing system using Stripe and Make.com. In this video I will show you the most important part, at least for me it is, and that is how you can track invoices that have been paid. And now let's start building. Before we can start tracking paid invoices, we need to have an invoice that can be paid. I showed that in my previous video how you can do that. This time we're going to do the same using exactly the same Google Sheet where I send my name, the price that needs to be paid, the Stripe customer ID so we can retrieve the customer from the Stripe database, the description of the product, the email, and the price ID. So this also can be retrieved from the Stripe database. We add two additional columns in our Google Sheet, the invoice ID that will be generated by the make automation after the invoice has been sent, and then the paid column, which will also be updated after the invoice has been paid. So now run the automation first, so run once. I've added one additional module to it. There's Google Sheet, so it will update the sheet with the invoice ID after it has been sent. Run once, generate invoice, and now wait 1 second. Here you see the invoice ID has been updated with the invoice ID, and paid is pending because we haven't paid yet. So now if we go to our Stripe, there you can see I am working in test mode, which means I cannot send emails to customers. That's not allowed by Stripe using test mode, but I have received here the invoice. If you click on it, then you find the payment page here. Click on it, and here you can make your payment. So we scroll down a bit. I pay by Visa card, and here I enter the test Visa card number. And the security code. Now I scroll down and click on pay. Before I click on pay, I will set up the invoice tracking. And this time we will not start by a webhook but with the Stripe module itself, and we're going to choose watch events. Choose a webhook. And click on add. I enter my Stripe test API key, and what will we be tracking? The invoices group. Invoice. And which event? We always choose two: invoice paid and invoice payment succeeded. And click on save. And now this first module should be okay. Now if we click run once and we pay the invoice, then we can see what data we will receive. And here we receive lots of items which we can use for later. We're gonna add a new module, Google Sheets, and update only one row. This is a very basic scenario. If you have more than one entry in your sheet, you have to do search rows first for the given invoice ID, and that will return the row number. So update a row, select by path, my drive, what we're gonna update, invoicing make. There's only one sheet. The row number, I only have 2, or at least one number with users, one row with users. And what we're gonna update, only if it has been paid or not. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna create a new invoice. And for this we go back to our create an invoice scenario again. We run it once. We go back to our Google Sheets, let it run. Okay, we have a new invoice with status pending. Now we go to our Stripe dashboard and we open the newly created invoice. And from here we go to the payment page. And in the meanwhile we're gonna start this automation. Now go back to our payment page. And we are going to pay by card. We enter the test numbers again. The expiration date, the security code. And we pay. Invoice has been paid. Let's check our invoice tracking. It has run. It has received some data, and now look in our Google Sheet. This invoice has been paid. Thank you, Peter. As you see, this was a very basic scenario, but this can be the start of a much larger scenario where you create a new folder with the name of the customer, where you drop in all the things that needs to be done. So this is only the start. It's up to you. If you like this video, give it a like and please subscribe. If you want to see more videos, stay tuned. If you have questions, put them in the comments below.